results page. So it tells us that it's had success and that 59 records have been created successfully. So good news so far. You'll see that it gives us a summary of the account records that have been created. We've got 3 buttons on here. If you're unhappy, you can go in and you can have a look at some of these records straight from here. I recommend you right-click and open them up in a new tab. If you're unhappy, you can click on the Undo Last Import, and that will just remove all of the imported records you've just done. You also have the option to go back and import more account records at this time. If you're happy with the results, then you're going to want to click on the Import Complete button. So I'm going to do that. I'm confident that's gone in okay. And you'll see that it returns me to the Accounts module. You'll now see in the list view what we didn't have before is the 59 records that we've just imported into Accounts. So let's just jump into one of those real quick. Let's have a look at Hewitt Associates. And we'll just make sure that our information was imported correctly. And you'll see on the detail view here of that account record, the name's been imported. We have the fax number, the other phone number as well. We have other information that was also included on our CSV. So it looks pretty good so far. Now if I scroll further down, you'll have the sub-panels. And the sub-panels basically would show you any related records you have in the Intelecrm. We're going to be importing contacts and opportunities, but at this stage, because they don't exist in the system, we don't have anything in here. So we will have opportunities and contacts associated to Hewitt Associates, but at this time they're not imported. So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to look at importing contacts. We're happy with the account that we've imported, so let's jump into the contacts module, and we're going to import those up and also associate them to the related account records that we've already imported. So we go to the contacts module. We click on the import shortcut on the left-hand side again. We're going to go through the same steps. Again, we have a comma delimited file. Again, the CSV file we're looking at that isn't qualified by commas in any way. Again, we're going to choose to create records because we don't currently have any contact records in the system. We're going to click Next. So again, step 2, we need to select our contact CSV file. So I'm going to browse to that, and I'm going to select contacts. And it does have a header, so I'm going to click Next, and we'll go through to step 3, where we do the field mapping again. So again, Intelecrm has run away, and it's had a look, and it's tried to match up some of the header rows to the database fields that are available in Intelecrm. It's done some of the work for us. We're going to run through and check for the ones that it couldn't match. The second name, which is on our CSV file, it didn't find a match for that. I believe in Intelecrm it's referred to as last name. So if we scroll down, we'll see that that is a value here. And we're going to match up that field mapping. The job title as well, I believe that's just title in Intelecrm. There it is. So I'm going to map that up. And I'll scroll down and see if there's any others here that is missed. It seems to have actually got quite a lot of these, which is good. Now, there is an important field that is mapped up for us. You'll notice if I jump into the contacts CSV file here, and I open this up in Notepad real quick, if I scroll across the top here, and we get towards the end, let's see if we can find it. Okay, so we do have a header for account name on here. Now, that's important. That's the field we're going to be using to match our contacts to the associated account in Intelecrm. So we've already gone away and we've imported our accounts. So you'll see on this particular record, this is taking the first row again of the contact CSV that we're importing. We've got the contact Mrs. or Miss Mickey Fraser. If we scroll down, then you'll see that her associated account, according to our CSV file, is Amer Home Mortgage Holdings. Now, important point here, we do need to make this association. Otherwise, it's just going to import in the contacts into the system. It's not going to associate them to an account. So it's actually picked this up for us, which is good. If you didn't already have this, you would need to come in here and maybe you've got these in there as organization or something like that, and you've already imported these. You would need to associate up the account name to the account name field in Intelecrm. Okay. Now, what it's going to do is the following. It's going to look for AMA Home mortgage holdings in the accounts module. If it finds an exact match for that account record, then the imported contact, Mrs. Mickey Fraser, will be associated to that account record. If it cannot find an exact match, then it will create a new account record for AMA Home mortgage holdings and associate our new contact to that new account record. Okay, so it's an important point. Perhaps you imported your account name as AMA Holdings. If that's the case, then this will create a duplicate record, a duplicate account record, so that the contact has associated account in the system. So bear that in mind. What I'd recommend, some of you, if you're importing this information, may have the account ID that was associated to the contact. In that case, I would not map to the account name. You'll see that there is an option to map to the account ID, and I would just map to that field. It will do the same process for you. On our CSV file, we do not have an account ID on our contact CSV, so we're going to use the account name. Okay. So apart from that, well, that included, we're happy with our mapping. So again, we're going to come down to the Import Now. We're going to click on the Import Now button. We've got 87 records that are going to be imported. And let's whiz through again. And again, we're going to be delivered to our import results page. So success, again, we have 87 records created successfully. Again, it gives us a little window into the results that were populated here. You'll see that if we look at Bradley Weisner, he was associated to his account, which is CH Robinson Worldwide. Okay. I'm going to click to say that I'm happy with these results. Again, if you wanted to double check, you can right click on any of these, open up in a new tab and check out the data to make sure that it was imported correctly. I'd recommend you do so. I'm going to click Import Complete. And that's going to drop me to the Accounts module, and you'll see that we've got our 87 records imported here. So let's take one of these. Let's have a look at a Mary group. We're going to click into the account, and I'm going to show you that it's associated Roger Slawson to the account that we already had for a Mary group in Intelecrm. Okay, so we're now looking at the account for our Mary group, and I'm going to scroll down. And you'll see what we didn't have before. We didn't have any contacts or any other associated records in the system. Now, within the contact subpanel, we have two new contacts for a Mary group, Scott Lee Adams and Roger Slawson. Okay, so they've both been added as a result of the import that we just did into the contacts module. So looking good so far. We're going to move across. We've got our accounts, we've got our contacts, and we've maintained the relationships between those. We're going to also just go through the same example. We're going to also import opportunities. So again, the same process, the standard process. We're going to go into the opportunities module. I'm going to click on the import shortcut on the left-hand side. Again, we've got a common delimited file. There's no qualification on it. We're going to be creating records again, and I'm going to hit Next. We're going to select our file, which this time is going to be Opportunities. We do have a header, so we'll click Next. And again, we're going to want to come through and make sure that our field mappings are correctly mapped on the import step 3. So again, it's done some of the work for us because some of these header rows are very similar to the ones that are available in Intelecrm already. I'm going to map up the opportunity type, which didn't manage to find itself in here, which will be type here. Some of the other ones it seems to have found okay, so that's all good. Again, down the bottom we have the account